leadership and for hosting this conventional commemoration of the Armenian Genocide with the Embassy, the entire office and the Armenian American organizations. I highly appreciate the presence of our many friends and supporters on the evening. Dear friends, we are only a year away from the centennial, but despite your great efforts, we don't have yet proper and full-fledged recognition and condemnation of the Armenian Genocide that killed 1.5 million of our ancestors, took their historical homeland, and destroyed millenniums-old culture and heritage. Facing no real consequences from the international community for its unreasonable stance, Turkey keeps furiously and bluntly denying the Armenian Genocide and continues refusing diplomatic relations and open borders with Armenia. Not only we don't see constructive engagement by Turkey, but we are witnessing further anti-Armenian stance and activities here in the country. Aggressive statements coming from Ankara and actions of Turkish organizations here in the United States and elsewhere witness to that. They are working hand in hand with Azeri groups to promote anti-Armenian resolutions at the state legislators here in the United States, thus trying to counterweight the Armenian genocide recognition efforts and to discredit Nagorno-Karabakh's claim for freedom. The recent events in Tatoul came only to add to this very frustrating record of the Turkish side. As you are well aware, the Al-Qaeda related groups crossed the border from the territory of Turkey and carried out attacks against the Armenian nation town of Tatoul and surrounding 12 predominantly Armenian villages. The extremist groups have desecrated Tatoul's Armenian churches, caused significant damage to the property of the inhabitants. The brutal actions resulted in the forced displacement of thousands of Armenians. The gruesome images of these gross human rights violations revived in the memories of the Armenian nation the horrors through which the Tatoul Armenians have passed during the past century. The President of Armenia, in his statement at the Hague Nuclear Summit, drew parallels to the tragedies that Tatoul Armenians suffered during the 1909 massacres, the genocide of 1915, and the most recent deportation of Tatoul Armenians, and concluded that this should have a sobering effect on everyone. The assurance is that the Armenians of Tatoul were not the primary target, but the part of the collateral damage only doesn't change the substance of the tragedy and the problem, or the necessity for taking immediate measures. Dear friends, I would like to repeat again that the international recognition of the Armenian genocide is not only about the historical justice and the moral obligation, but has a direct bearing on current developments and prospects for peace, security, and stability in the Caucasus and the wider region. For all those reasons, we cannot share the wait-and-see strategy suggested by some that is meant to lead to Turkey to address these issues on its own, no matter how much time it takes. For that, Turkey had an entire century, let alone the last 5 years of Turkey-Armenian normalization process that Turkey completely misused. In one word, Turkey failed the test. This recent development only came to add to our conviction and to the sense of urgency that the inclusive international recognition and condemnation of the Armenian genocide is imperative, and that it would essentially stabilize and bring enormous contribution to the prevention of future tragedies in our region and beyond. The work of our friends in the United States Senate and the Congress are indispensable contribution to this end. Meanwhile, we acknowledge the endeavors of brave individuals in Turkey who, against all odds and the persecution of the Turkish authorities, not least by the notorious Article 301 of the Turkish Criminal Code, speak truth, educate the Turkish public about the Armenian genocide, the striving to break the wall of silence inside the Turkish society and put an end to a vicious policy of denialism. In this regard, the efforts, in particular of Mr. Rajiv Zargolu, are highly important, and we are glad to welcome you today. Dear friends, before I conclude, allow me to reflect on one more issue. Some cherish, we hear it from here and there, hopes and illusionary hopes that once the centennial is past, our resolve to get a full-fledged recognition and condemnation will dilute, and we will not pursue our goal with the same determination. We are here to prove the contrary, and your presence, that of so many young people in this hall, and the unequivocal support of our congressional friends, and the presence of people like Mr. Tatoul are the best guarantees to that end. Thank you.